Yeah, where are all my people in the madhouse? I'll be a guide, climb aboard and sit your ass down. Don't worry, there's no need to fear when you hear. You know we're right here. We got the crew and we're ready for a game time. You're not ready to step inside a deranged mind. Yeah, this is what you came here for. We got machinima news and fuck yous. It's the goddamn ward.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Wordcast. Every week we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Word. I'm one of your hosts, I'm one of your hosts, Jastrich. I forgot my name. Alongside Shaun Clark.
Hello.
I know. And Alec
hold
Funnell.
on. Let me insert stupid random fucking soundboard thing. Support digital. Good shit. There.
Was that it?
Yep, that was
Was that a recording or was that actually you?
No, that was a recording.
I don't know anymore. Alec Funnell.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected.
Cindy! The TV's leaking! That's definitely one of the best. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to... No, I'm kidding.
Welcome to what?
Welcome to the Wordcast, everyone.
Good. No.
How are you guys doing?
Good. Great. Fine. What?
Wow. That was a good, but got great. Fine.
I tried to lie and then it fell apart.
How are you, Alec?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Fine.
You're having a stroke by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but that's great. Before we get to Sean's corner, because let's face it, there has to be one at this point.
Hey, wow, it's true.
But before that, I want to cover something real quick. So we're at episode 96 of the podcast.
Yay!
Woo.
Yeah, that's good. Sean, yay.
I wooed.
Oh,
Woo.
sorry.
We didn't hear your woo.
I'm sorry.
Woo.
Woohoo!
The first episode was released on October 1st of 2018, so we're running on 2 years almost. And it seems like we've come a long way from when we started. I went back to listen to it, and we all sounded kind of like,
So the same.
Yeah, except now it's scripted confusion.
A different voice.
Different voice, and Sean was sick day one, so
Was I sick on the first one?
Yeah, you were like, I'm sorry if I sound weird, I'm sick. And you did this for 2 years. So we're nearing the...
Wow. I'm always sick.
We're nearing the 100th mark, and I want to ask you guys each a question regarding that real quick. Starting with Sean.
Hi.
So when you first approached me about wanting to start a podcast, actually, I think you had planned on starting it with Cody or something, and I was like, ooh. And then you were like, join us.
And I was like, ooh.
Ooh. I'm assuming you had a structure in mind and that you must have had an image or an idea in mind for the podcast. And I want to know, did you expect it to ever come this close to reaching episode 100? And is it still what you expected or wanted it to be?
Nope. I mean, it's essentially kind of what I set out to do. It's obviously kind of grown and changed. Growed. Shut up. I don't know how to use words.
Erection.
Things kind of come and go, and games come and go, and the structure kind of changes a little bit. And I think somewhere in the halfway point, there was a shut the fuck up. There was a kind of shift where we kind of changed how we did things, and the opening changed, and it turned into kind of what it is now. And I feel like from that point, we kind of hit more along the lines of what I was aiming for. And then we got to be more consistent about it. So I think we're at a good place where we're at now. It's essentially more or less what I wanted it to be. But we are going to change it again once we hit episode 100. It'll be similar to what we've been doing, but there will be differences. And
there will be consequences.
Yeah. It'll be good. There'll be good changes. Hopefully everybody likes them. And yeah.
So all the craziness that's come up and all of us being really stupid and pissing you off. We've added the song references that I think Alec and Dante started that. And I introduced the SD Perry game, which started a little game section. And that's still keeping to what you like to see your podcast turn into.
There was always a couple things. We're all fucking crazy, so I accounted for that. There's no predicting what's gonna come of it, but I always figured there'd be shenanigans and whatnot. And I always kind of had things open to where you guys could, do your own thing and add your individual elements into the podcast. Again, I never knew what those would be, but
No one ever knew.
Yeah, and I was open to whatever would come. So it was kind of planned for, but I didn't know what exactly it was going to be. But I'm happy with what you guys contribute to the podcast for sure. I think we have a really good dynamic. And the games and everything, it's fun. It's good. It's a good time. It's what it should be. Good job, everybody.
Good.
And it's good too because I always wanted to do the rotating kind of host thing, where every time we have somebody new, it kind of flips things on its head a little bit and kind of changes that dynamic again and puts something new and fresh, in different episodes. So it's always kind of you never know what you're going to get when you listen to an episode because could be a different host that week. It could just be the three of us. It could be a new game. I like the idea of just kind of keeping it fresh and changing it up but still having a structure.
Yeah. And we never know what we're coming into either. So
yeah. And you mentioned something about things being scripted, and things are very much not scripted. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
The structure, you kind of have the scripted intro, and we have we start with this, our weeks, or Sean's Corner now, and this, but it's what we say just fucking comes out of nowhere.
It comes out of an ass.
we have guidelines, but
yeah. That's what the show notes are for.
Yeah, there you go, show notes.
And then we go off the rails, and yeah.
It's like if we directed our own play of Romeo and Juliet. I mean, you're supposed to jump up on the balcony and say something, but we could say whatever the fuck we want as long as we're up on that balcony. So that's our guideline. And then you
fall off the balcony into the garbage.
That's not scripted. that just happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's cool to see that we kept your image, your true image.
I'm so proud of everybody.
Yeah, good job. And you mentioned a word that I forgot, but it was supposed to segue me into my question for Alec. So Alec, contributed was the word. So yeah, speaking of contributing, you joined the podcast as one of the guest appearances a few times. And then you suddenly started appearing every week as one of our regular hosts. And obviously it's because we love you and you brought the right amount of energy and humor to the wordcast. But I just want to ask, what are your feelings on going from guest star to co-host to actually hosting a few times too? How do you feel?
It's not my first podcast, although this is the first podcast that I've done regularly, so it's nice.
You did a podcast before this one?
Yes, you didn't steal my virginity.
You son of a bitch, you never told me.
He's got a secret world that we don't know. He's not even British.
Yeah.
You have other friends?
I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I got offered to do another podcast. I was just like, wow. I got enough podcasting for a little while.
Wow.
No, I love the podcast. It's I remember listening. I think I was talking to Shaun about it, on the awards website or something. That's there was a podcast coming soon. I'm just like, when's that gonna come?
According to the website, it never did come.
Yeah.
I need to fix that.
It's still coming.
I'm still paying for the goddamn service to have a MP3, like an audio only version on all the podcast platforms. I'm still paying for that, and I've still yet to do anything with it. So I'm just throwing money out the door. One day.
Put that money towards paying us.
Yeah, all whatever, fucking $15 a month or whatever the fuck it is.
There you go.
I'll give it to you guys.
Yeah, go back to the answer to the question is, I was really nervous when I first started doing the podcast, when I was a guest, pretty much.
But I thought you were like a podcast expert.
Wow. I can't help it if I'm so smexy.
Wow.
No, it's just when I've had ideas for broadcasts and for podcasts as well, and I just when I started to host and when I've started to incorporate the evil character, I was a bit concerned whether it would be a bit too much and whether I was kind of seen as overtaking the broadcast kind of thing.
The British invasion, yeah.
Yeah. So,
by land.
But yeah, I'm really happy that you and Shaun and everyone else seems to like the evil gimmick. So
do we?
Yes, you do. You love it.
Wild. I went back to listen to the first one he was on, and they were like, "You're like Alec Funnell," and he's like, "Hello." He's just so mild,
so different.
And now he's just fucking like
Fuck you.
erections. Like erections and panties and boners and sexy zombies.
And
Yeah.
And panty erections.
At the mention of the word dick. Yeah. So
yeah.
you've evolved with the cast, and the cast has evolved with you, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and I'd just say thank you for letting me on the podcast.
And this
Yeah,
has been
this is-
Alec's final episode.
And all of our we're almost at 100, so let's cut now.
Wow.
And this
Just
is why
kidding.
the podcast viewership went down after Alec left.
Wow.
Yeah, we're cast away on the island. Let's do it.
Ward
with Tom
cast
Cruise
away,
or whatever
huh?
the fuck his name was. All right, so yeah, that was all. I just I realized how far we've come, and I wanted to kind of make a note of that before we get too far.
What about you, Jess? You've been here since the very beginning, and unlike me, you haven't missed.
You've been on every single
episode.
one.
So what's that like?
It's really scary because
Wow.
I never know when I'm gonna miss one.
Don't do it.
I almost did because unfortunately our Thanksgiving here is in October, so I have to go like out of town to do, probably not this year because COVID is a pro podcast. Thanks, COVID.
Thanks for the support.
Shout out to my homeboy COVID.
Wow.
So I have to go out of town, and I remember that when I had to record out of my car, and that was just like dedication because everybody was at the cottage waiting for dinner, and I was like, no, I gotta, but fucking Canada saying thanks first, stupid. But yeah, no, I'm surprised that we've been going for 2 years. It feels like I was just staying at my mom's for the summer, and that you and Cody were talking about starting that, and I was like, I don't know what to say. What if I say something stupid? And then like the whole time it never occurred to me that it's recorded, and that like if I say something and fuck it up, I can just like go over it again and it could be edited. I just, in my mind, we were like, oh my god, it's gonna be live and I'm gonna fuck it up. But I'm glad that every time I thought I fucked up, you think it's a joke. So you're like, oh, that was,
Wow.
it was so funny when you did that. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I nailed that, right?
Yeah, right on the spot. You didn't even expect. It was like it was unscripted. But no, I'm having a lot of fun. It gives me something to look forward to, especially since hockey's out this year. Every week sucks, and the weekend is what I look forward to record it. And now editing sometimes is also fun because I get to hear it again and shenanigans. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad I decided to join you and fuck it up my way.
Me too.
I fucked it up my way.
Or the highway. Ooh, turn
Nah,
this
that's
song into
two
a
songs.
song.
God damn
Yeah.
it.
No, lots of fun. I'm glad we brought Alec on regularly because now we have like 3 different countries
Countries?
countries taking over this podcast, and yeah, it's like literally a worldwide union of
Worldwide world of the ward.
worldwide word
W. How many W's is it? 4? W
3,
W
and there's a
W
W
W.
W.
WWE.
Yeah, so this could drag on, but I just wanted to say dragon, not lizard.
What?
I don't do the tongue thing. It's from
No, not that.
Mulan. It's from Mulan. Yeah, so this is like a really positive way to start up the podcast, so I'm gonna give it over to Shaun.
Oh
so
wow! So I can tear it all down.
Yep. From positive to
shit
negative,
all
it
over
must
it.
be back
with Shaun's Corner.
I'm fucking tired of shit. It's not my fault. I don't
The wall was there.
I don't make these things happen. I just report on them and complain about them because somebody's got to do it.
Oh, if you didn't have one to complain about today, I would have. So we're good.
Oh, I've got like a fucking book.
You got a backlog.
I can't keep up with how many fucking stupid things are going on that need to be complained about, but it's
I
fine.
don't think anybody can.
Yeah, there's too much. It's impossible.
You just pick one, close your eyes, point, and then
Yeah,
that's the one. for the day.
throw a dick at
So
the
what's-
wall and
what's
see
today's
what it
wall
sticks
dick?
to. What?
dark
Okay,
secret.
so the OK gesture has been removed from Call of Duty Modern Warfare because it's been deemed racist.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, let me say that again. The developer of Call of Duty Modern Warfare has removed the OK gesture from its video game because they're afraid that players are using it as a symbol for white supremacy.
How?
What?
What is the OK symbol? Is it
I'm not even 100% sure. I think it's the circle thing,
like this? Like this?
I can't see you. Nobody can
Ah!
see you. But yeah, it's like you do the O, the ring with your thumb and your index finger, and
then the other fingers are up.
Yeah,
in
the other
air.
3 are up in the air.
So,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys will get this, but the Malcolm in the Middle thing where you hold it to your thigh.
What?
Sound Robo Jazz.
Oh no,
Fuck.
you roboed.
Sorry. Do that.
Excuse me.
My circuits are crossed. I had a heavy lunch.
Spilled some water on my circuit board.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But yeah, apparently the gesture has been adopted by right-wing extremists to signify white power, and because of this, Infinity Ward has removed the gesture and replaced it with another emote called Crush. I don't know what this thing is, but it's apparently just a substitution so that we're not offending anybody. But this is the crazy bullshit that I've been talking about, guys. What the fuck is this? Because some people supposedly decided to use okay as some forced racial gesture. We're not going to throw that stupid shit out the window and tell these people to get fucked. Rather, we're going to stop using okay. What
It's
the
not
actual
okay.
fuck are we doing here? Like, we are so fucking broken. We're so quick to just drop or ban things like this at the drop of a hat without so much as questioning it. Like, even if the situation makes no sense, it's just fucking absurd. If the words racist or sexist or phobic or any other trigger word is attached to a thing, you better run away fast and hard and never fucking look back. Like, you don't want anything to do with that. Just drop it and get rid of it. Pretend like it never fucking existed. It's ridiculous. Like, what if somebody feels like or turns my name into something and associates Shaun with racism? Like, is society just telling me that I'm fucked? I better disown my name and pick a new one? And like, don't dare question about it. Like, don't talk about it. Just, you're not allowed. Can't question it. Just get rid of it and move on. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
It'll change that name, boy.
Makes no sense.
Racist.
Like, where it's gonna get to the point where we're not allowed to. Well, we're already there. Like, not being able to say he and she and all these things. It's like now we're not gonna be able to say okay. We can't do certain gestures. Like, we're just eliminating the vocabulary. Like, what the fuck is happening in the world? And nobody sees this as like a problem or like is even questioning this. Like, this is just acceptable for some reason. How is everybody okay with this?
I'm not even okay with the not saying he and she thing. Like, if you're talking to somebody specifically who says, oh, you said like she, but I identify as a guy. Okay, I'm sorry. Then you correct it.
Yeah.
But like, to openly go up to somebody who like appears as a specific gender and accidentally saying the wrong one, I don't like, correcting them is okay, but getting pissed off the bat, just to me does not make sense, because how the fuck is everybody supposed to know?
Yeah,
like, we don't know who's what anymore, but I'm not gonna change a fucking pronoun or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's automatically becomes some kind of like hostile attack for you just saying a basic term that's been around since the beginning of time, probably. You know what I mean? It's like, It's not aggressive. It's not insulting. You look like a guy or a girl, and innocently you refer to that person, not maliciously, but you just casually say it like it's normal. It's not an attack. It's not offensive. And if you don't identify as that or whatever, or if you want to be called something else, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. That's allowed. No one is saying that you're not allowed to identify as something else. You can. That's okay. And no one is trying to take that away from you. But immediately just getting on the defensive and being like, oh, fuck you, you called me this, how dare you? Why be like that? Intent,
fine. If not, like, I spent my entire childhood being mistaken for a boy because I had a mushroom cut. And I want, because my best friend had one, and I wanted to have the same hair. Like, I wanted to look like him. But I'm not a boy. I've just always been confused for one, even still now sometimes. And, like, that's just how it looks to people. I'm not gonna get mad at them. I'm not gonna be like, oh, some fucking asshole calling me a guy. It's just the way that people, like, if I correct them and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, it's fine, it's cool. But like, again, if the ill intent is there, then yeah, you can get defensive. So I don't understand why a video game. You picked really good subjects to get mad about.
Well, I'm concerned about what's becoming of the goddamn world. Like,
I know
what,
it starts off as one thing.
If we continue, yeah, like if we continue down this path, what the hell does the future look like? God damn, like it's scary.
As long as we wear masks, it's okay.
Wow.
You can say whatever you want as long as it's behind a goddamn mask. Satanist.
Yeah, you fucking devil worshipping heathens.
I think everyone just needs to chill, and if everybody chills, then nobody's gonna get mad at people who aren't chilling. You know?
Yeah, like it. When did this change happen? It used to be like, oh well, you know, we should all be more accepting and tolerant and supportive. To now, like nothing is okay. Now it's like, how fucking dare you say this? Like you can't say this, you can't say that. But like now there's no tolerance. So like, what the fuck was the tipping point where we went from, you know, equality and acceptance and support to the complete fucking opposite and just attack everybody if they say the wrong thing? It's like, you know, I'm used to saying just like terms like guys, you know, like I'm not calling you a guy. It's just a term that's used. Hey guys,
Yeah.
you know, let's go do this thing. You know, like just stupid shit that you have to think about. Like when you start a fucking podcast, it's like, you know, if you say, hey guys, what's going on? Like, are you going to get attacked for calling people guys? Maybe. And that's fucking pathetic. Like, why are we so aggressive and so defensive about these stupid, insignificant things? Not everything is an attack. Stop treating everything that way.
The hippies had it right in the 60s. Just everybody go on drugs and chill and just listen to music and shut up.
Yeah, we need to do that again, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, bring back the hippies. Hashtag bring hippies back.
What
What's
were
up,
you...
Alec?
Yeah, wow, that's what I was going to say.
I know.
Hey, wow.
Well, I think we should find breathing offensive, and everyone stops it, and then it's all over.
Yeah, because right now not everybody can breathe.
Yeah.
So
What?
all those dead people.
I thought Alex said breeding.
No, we can never get rid of breeding.
Oh, okay.
Breathing.
Thank you for the clarification.
Speak English, you lively
you're-
moron.
Breathing behind
Respire.
those masks, you're a devil worshiper, though. Remember? Don't
Yeah,
forget.
Well, I'm evil, so, you know, what's the matter?
Be like,
Here
my
we
mask
go.
is actually just a fucking illusion.
But yeah, it's just like before companies would not adhere to stupid shit like this. Like at least you could count on companies to at least like push back a little bit. You know, their business, their business. It's weird. It's so weird for me to see these companies just so quickly turn heel and be like, "Oh God, we offended you. We're so sorry. Let's put out a public statement. We fucked up. You know, we didn't mean this. Sorry. We'll fix it immediately." Like, what the fuck? When did that happen? Like, the company didn't put in this fucking okay gesture to give people the ability to enforce white power, right? If that were the case, sure. Yes, they did something wrong. They fucked up. They should apologize and they should fix it. But other people outside the company that are playing this game are forming their own ways to implement racism or whatever. That's something that's done externally. There's no liability on the company. They've done nothing wrong. Why is this a thing? Why are they apologizing? Why are they removing this? Why are they, you know, it's just society right now. Everything is so fragile and everybody is so susceptible to being blown up and tore down, even companies. That's a bad fucking place to be. Nobody's willing to stand up for anything. And the more serious the matter, the more touchy it is, and the easier things slip by. And that's fucking really, really bad. 'Cause we haven't even really, like, a lot of these issues that we talk about are kind of minor problems, but the implications of it are scary for when it does become something super serious and something that's damaging that can just easily slide by just because we're so afraid. It's just so built into our personalities, into society, that we're so willing to just step back because we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to push back. We don't want to. I don't understand. It happened like, it feels like it happened overnight that we just completely changed how we react to things and what's okay and what's not okay. And I don't understand it. And nobody seems to see that this is bad. And people need to fucking open their eyes and for better or worse, question things, have a fucking opinion, contribute to the conversation. There's nothing wrong with asking why. You know, give me reason, justify this thing. It's not that complicated. That's how we've been for a long time, but we just decided that we're not going to do that anymore. All right.
We suck.
Eventually, we're only going to be able to use 5 words. That's it. Don't say anything else or you're fucked. You're going to jail or you're going to get murdered or something. What? Wow. Enjoy Call of Duty, everybody. But don't use the OK gesture. Oh, wait, you can't because it's not there anymore.
I think the OK gesture in American Sign Language is like the same for a letter or probably for the same word. So what are they going to do? Change the fucking American Sign Language alphabet? Like all the deaf people are going to be like, hey, you're being racist. Stop it.
Right?
Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. We're just basically fucked.
Yeah.
Good news is all 3 of us will be dead by the time everything gets bad. So there we go.
I don't believe that. I think things are getting real bad real quick. I think we're going to see some not good stuff coming in our lifetime. And beyond that, I can't even imagine what the fuck that's going to look like if we continue on this path. But hey, apparently there's just a handful of people out there that even give a shit. So who am I to complain?
There you go.
Wow.
All you have to do is stop giving a shit about them.
Apparently. Well, step 1, stop giving a shit about video games because those are garbage.
Step 2, stop breathing.
Stop breathing. Maybe that's step 1. I don't know.
Bring back hippies.
Step 3, tell us about your week.
Yeah. Tell us about your week. We're actually going to start with Alec.
Okay, well, my week, I played MGS1, MGS2, MGS3, Death Stranding, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Jesus.
I played...
MGS3, Death Stranding, is that one game?
It might as well be. I played Final Fantasy 13.
Why? To be fair, I only know what I've heard and the little bit that I've seen because I've never actually played one of those. So I can't criticize it, really.
The ending's dumb.
I hear it's just super, like, linear and kind of boring. And the characters are annoying. And from what I've seen, that supports those ideas or whatever comments.
Yeah. But I just thought, fuck it, I'll just get it because that was like £2 in the shop. And I was like, why not?
Oh, I have all of them. I just haven't played any of them.
Why?
See,
anyway.
It's fine. It's fine.
Jesus.
Well, no, that goes into my whole, like, buying physical thing and whatnot. It's like, I've talked about it before, but it's like, I like to buy games that interest me and I'll get to them when I can. And soon I'm not going to be able to do that anymore because they're all digital. It's like, why buy a digital thing to sit there and then just go on sale later? And it's like, I don't own it. There's no urgency to buying anything anymore because it's like, it's just in the cloud. You know, you never own it. So why buy it until the moment that you're going to play it? You know, there's no reason of buying anything until that second that you're going to play it, because what if it goes on sale? It's not going to disappear. It's still going to, well, I mean, I guess it could. The license could go away, but still, I don't fuck it. It's gross. Fuck it. I was trying not to get into that, but it's fine. Continue your week, Alec? What else happened? What else did you play?
Wow, 2 Sean corners.
Double whammy.
Yeah, I played Devil May Cry 5 and got stuck. Yeah.
In the floor?
No, you're not playing.
I
Alec
can't get off the floor. Yeah, it's Mission 15 and I nearly said Virgil, not Virgil. Nero, that's him. Nero has to use this gun arm to magically fly and get to the other side, and it's just not working for me, so I'm like, okay, if I don't get past this dude, I might end up chucking it out the window.
Uh-oh.
No, I just turned it off and played something else. Yeah. Watched some more Simpsons onto season 26. Watched all 24 and 25, so the Lego Simpsons episode is pretty good, so, you know, Wait till you get to that one, Jazz.
What?
Lego Simpsons episode.
Oh, that's probably way far down the line.
Yeah, I think it's 24, 25, 26, something like that. I also watched Wrongfully Accused, starring Leslie Nielsen, with Alex, because Alex has never seen it, and I'm just like, right, sit down, enjoy. And it was good. I also started watching The Muppets for some reason.
Because you want to torture stuff.
Yeah. Although this isn't the the original Muppet show, it's the Muppets on Disney Plus, so it's like 2015 ABC TV series.
What, did they like remake it or something?
No, they're just like breaking a fourth wall. They know they have to produce a show, and the first episode is about the Miss Piggy late night show or something like that. You think, okay. So
I want to see a knockoff version called The Puppets.
Yeah, I was thinking it's pretty much the Muppets does 30 Rock. So yeah. So I have a funny story. I had to use one of Jazz's gifts today.
My gifts.
Yeah. I was going to send you this plunger because it has Jazz written on it. So,
wow.
Because I'm so used to picking up everyone's shit.
Yeah. Speaking of shit, my toilet clogged up, and so yeah.
And Jazz cleaned it up for you. Aw.
Yeah.
Because I'm so good with clogged up toilets that I've become a pro.
Jazz did a good hand job with me.
Gross. I wish they renamed plungers to like shit sucker, because that's what they basically are.
So yeah, if you're looking for a good plunger, come to Europe and
Call Jazz.
Oh no, we're out of Europe now.
Please don't send me that plunger.
Oh no, I'll send you a different one. It's
Okay, thanks.
an unusual.
No, send it.
No, please. It'll go well with my toilet brush, which is a gun. Oh, shit.
Is your toilet brush called Alec? Is the brand Alec?
Probably.
Oh.
I also got a majority of my Christmas shopping done this week.
What the fuck?
This is
You
Alec.
know
He
it's
does
July,
this every
right?
year.
I know, but what?
I only have to get 2 more presents, and that's it. I'm done.
This year. Then he's gonna
Yeah.
start next year.
Yeah,
Fuck.
start in January, so yeah.
Yeah, like the day before Christmas, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the corner store and get a fucking bag of milk for my mom.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Although, to be fair, this is all brought on because I went to go see my family on Sunday, so it's like, okay, now I know what to get you, and I'm like, okay, done. So, yeah. So, Santa Baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. That's my song reference. It's a Christmas one!
It's Christmas in
Yay!
July.
Yeah, Sean,
Hello.
now you can tell us what your week was.
It was poo poo. I need Jazz to clean it.
Oh my god.
Nah.
Jazz plunger.
I'll save your toilets.
Thank you. I didn't. Yeah, my week kind of was poo poo. Like not a whole lot really happened. I've been watching Boy Meets World. Why? I don't know. But it's good. It's still like it holds up. It's still enjoyable. Yeah. So there's that. More Spider-Man. Well, I think what made me start watching Boy Meets World is, well, 2 things. One, I've never really seen it. Like I've seen pieces of episodes, when I was younger or whatever, like forever ago, and I don't know. I just never watched it for whatever reason, and they brought it back. Like they did I don't know if it's like I don't know what you would call it. Like I guess it's a new season or a reimagine. I don't fucking know. But anyways, they brought the series back in. Is it a remake?
I don't know,
think
but you
it is.
love those, so.
Wow. Because I know that it picks up after the first one because like 2 of the characters are together from the first. I don't know. Anyways, I saw that on Disney Plus and I was curious to see how that was, and I figured, well, I guess I should probably watch the original show first, so I figured I would just throw it on. Anyways, that's why I'm watching that. It's random as fuck. But I'm almost finished with Spider-Man. I've got like 2 more episodes to watch of that, and that series still holds up really well for the most part. There's some weird things that I'm noticing watching that as an adult, though. Like, what the fuck is with Peter Parker? Have you guys seen that show at all?
See, I thought it was the old one, so I guess not.
No, yeah, it's the 90s one. Because they did one in the 80s, and they did another one in the 90s. So I'm not sure which one you would have... I've never seen the one that came out in the 80s. I only saw the 90s one.
The one with the classic theme song.
Was it accessible in the 80s?
Did it have the theme song that sounds like it came from the 50s or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the one. Yeah, the 90s one had like this fucking edgy techno-ish style fucking, whatever, indicative of the 90s kind of a thing. But anyways, it's weird. Like, Peter Parker is a piece of shit in that. Like, well, first off, it's weird because like the guy that voices him, and even just the way that Peter acts in that show in general, he's like a fucking 20, like late 20s, like a 28-year-old guy or whatever, and that just makes sense, the way he sounds, the way he acts, everything. But he's not. He's a fucking, like, I think he's supposed to be 16 in that, and he's like going to high school and shit, and it's very strange. So that's kind of weird to see, like, because I noticed that a lot more as an adult. At the time, it just seemed normal. What?
I went on my Disney Plus on my phone and went on your account to see like which one it is so I can relate.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first thing recommended for you is what is reading? And there's a fucking fork. He's like, huh.
I don't know how to read.
That just made my day.
Wow. It's perfect for me. But like Peter is such a piece of shit. He's like totally like pursuing multiple girls at the same time and like falling in love with them and taking them both out on dates and doing all this really fucked up inappropriate shit. And like as a kid, I remember none of that. Like, it's weird, like just having a different perspective as an adult. Like, though that is not something you should be teaching kids that are impressionable. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing, Marvel? Jesus Christ. But it's just kind of funny to go back and see kid shows, as an adult and see all the things like that, those fucked up things that you would miss as a kid. But yeah, Peter's a piece of shit. Oh, and like, God, it makes me upset because like some of the arcs that they have in that series would have been so amazing if they had gotten the chance to be made into like Marvel movies, because they had like they had an arc with like Venom and Carnage. They had one that was Morbius and Blade and Spider-Man like all together. Like, that would be so amazing to see in a movie. And I feel like the window like has gone, like there was a time and a place where that would have made sense if Disney had owned it, or even maybe before that, if Fox was on board with like what Marvel was doing. But since they were separated, like, I feel like that opportunity came and went and they couldn't because of licensing issues. It just sucks. But I could just imagine like what that would look like in the style of the Marvel movies that we got over the last, decade or whatever. It just sucks that we never got the opportunity to see stuff like that. Missed opportunities. Makes me sad. But I think that's all I really watched. The only thing I played this week was Zombie Army Trilogy with Jazz. Played yeah, we played a little. Wow. Played a little bit of that. Getting the balls and the gold. And we're like halfway through something. We wanted to play with you, Alec, but you're never around.
Well, you do.
And you hate that goddamn game, so like I feel
yeah,
bad.
I know, but I hate lots of games, so I still do.
You hate all games. What are you talking about? Like, I don't even know if you want to play. Like, I'm in the back of my mind. I'm like, should we wait for Alec? But he doesn't like this game, and
play.
We'll play. It'll be fine, and you'll hate it just as much as before. It'll be great.
It'll be great.
Yeah, and we were being fucking idiots in that, and that was fun.
What? I don't remember that.
You remember? That's like all we did was fucking be idiots the whole time. Super serial.
Always.
Yeah, that's literally the only game that I played. The last game I played, other than that, was Last of Us, and I got that platinum, but I talked about that already. But yeah, other than that, I've just been fucking working a lot, trying to find a place and move and do all that dumb, stupid life shit. But I finally got around to updating the Ward store. There's lots of new designs in there, including a Get Fucked t-shirt.
I love it.
There's beanies. There's a jersey that you can customize with your name and a team number.
Jersey.
Yeah. There's a Ward staff shirt. There's a bunch of shit. I put a lot of stuff in there. There's face mask.
If only I didn't spend like £200 on Christmas presents this week.
Look, you're the crazy person that shops for Christmas in July. Like, I mean,
shopping for Ward stuff.
exactly. Wardmiss.
Ward.com/store.
But yeah, if you want to pick up some of that merchandise and support us in that way, you can do that at the -ward/shop. And yeah, I also updated the Ward logo, and there's merch with the new Ward logo on it as well in there. So check that out. Yeah, and I've started to do updates, small ones on the Discord. There's a lot of things I want to do with the Discord, but I updated the logo on that. I changed the name. And I'm going to be adding some more channels and stuff like that too. And I'm going to try to be more active and consistent on there to kind of get the community back up and going the way that it used to be. And just to use it as a form of like micro updates and stuff like that. Because I know there's a lot of the community that doesn't watch the podcast, you sons of bitches. But for the people that don't watch the podcast, they can get their updates that way. So
they watch it, they just don't listen to it.
Why?
Oh, that's a cool beanie.
How dare you, Alec? You're a cool beanie.
Motherfuckers unite.
What?
Go look at the store. There's really awesome stuff I'm looking at right now, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I worked really hard on all that, all the designs and stuff like that. Sasha drew a couple designs for some of it. Like I said, I totally reworked the logo, and like I tried to get, because like there's a lot of just like standard kind of t-shirt stuff that's been in the store for a long time. So with this round of stuff, I tried to make like higher quality stuff. So it's like really like just higher quality material. Like it looks nicer. There's multiple graphics and stuff like that. One thing that sucked is like when I initially came up with the first batch of products, like it was cheaper, and the company that I went to that manufactured the products, they offered more customizable options for less. And not only did the prices go up for the basic stuff, but they also removed the option to do like multiple, like to do something on the front of the shirt as well as the back of the shirt. So like that went away. So I had to change that. So it kind of, the quality kind of dipped lower than what I had initially wanted. So I wanted to make sure this new batch is just a lot better. And I think if you go take a look at it, it definitely shows that I'm really proud of the quality that the new stuff is. It's a bit more expensive, but keep in mind, if you're looking at it, the prices on there include shipping, tax, everything is in that price. So it looks a little bit more expensive than it actually is, because once you factor in shipping, tax, and all that kind of shit, it's not as bad as it seems. But I tried to get the highest quality for the most reasonable price. And yeah, I spent like an entire day just working on all that shit. So, but I'm happy with how it came out. So hopefully you guys are liking it as well.
Yeah,
I wish there wasn't
that shit.
Version.
What?
What?
What? What did you say? You both talked at once, and I'm like,
I'm sorry.
I said I'm gonna buy that shit.
Oh.
I would totally buy that, the one with the staff written on the back, because we work for you.
Yeah.
But
We're getting those
because
anyway.
of conversions, that's a fucking pain in the ass. It's like $20, $30 more.
$30 more?
In like Canadian money. Like if you do the sponsor thing, it's like $20 a month, but it's actually like 35 because of the fucking conversions. Which is like, it evens out because our minimum wage here is higher, so it's like, oh, we don't make more money, but things are more expensive. Like video games are $80 instead of fucking 60.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That's just I always have to think about that, because I've maxed out my credit card buying shit online, and I always forget about conversions. So yeah. I get nailed after I get my fucking bills. Whoa.
Yeah,
wow.
I hate that too. Like I just not too long ago I paid off my Resident Evil 3 board game Kickstarter thing, and it's a European company, and they charge you in pounds, and I'm like, I wasn't thinking about that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's the cost, and it ended up being like $50 more than I thought it was going to be because of the conversion. I was like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky world.
Yeah. Why can't we all just have one goddamn currency? Like,
Why can't
is
we all
it
just
that
use
hard?
bottle caps?
Yeah.
Why can't we just use 5 pesetas?
Let's just pay in cardboard. There's lots of cardboard to go around.
Fuzzy pink watches.
From Botswanistan.
Yeah.
Do it.
Jesus.
Do
it.
I think that was my week. Yeah.
It sounded like your week.
That sounded like a week.
Advertising.
Yeah, I mean, half my week was an advertisement, but That's what I was doing on my week. So there you go.
Advertising butt.
An advertising butt. It's a butt that goes around and it farts on people to get their attention so that they look.
$5 a piece.
What? That's my week.
know.
There you go.
Nice.
Jess.
You do that.
I'm not used to being on the side of it. Hey Jess, how was your week?
Hi. Well, thanks. You're not used to being on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah, my week was just kind of. I mean, I was off this week, so you would think I had a lot of time to do a lot of things, but I sat my ass on the couch and watched TV and played games. That was pretty much it.
Hey, sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah, well, I ended up going to work anyways because I went for an eye exam, so I don't have glaucoma.
Are you sure?
That they know. I mean, they weren't looking for that, so. But I have to wear my glasses more. And if you hear squeaking, it's because they're hurting
your
my
glasses.
ears. Yeah, they're sitting on my ear. I'm not used to having them with my hat and my headphones. So I keep adjusting my headphones, which is like making a little squeaky sound.
I just imagine like every time you take a step, your glasses squeak.
This motherfucker. So this week I did play a couple of games. So after the podcast. So we were drinking on the podcast last week. And I had... a good 4 to 5 beers, and then Alec left. So I had to put that energy towards something. So I did a sort of let's play of Tomb Raider, of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, or Shadow of the Tomb Raider, as I realize I said on my recordings.
As it's actually pronounced.
Yeah, Shadow. So I'm still editing that. I'm cutting it into parts at about 10 minutes each, so that's... I've got 2 done. I'm not really doing much of anything to it. I'm just making sure my audio syncs up with the game and occasionally adding subtitles where only I know what I said. And putting a couple of different little effects, like, like those fun zoom-ins or like sounds or whatever. I'm not going too far with it. I don't even have my intro because that shit's on my computer and I haven't been home. So, whoops.
Oops.
So that's going to come to my YouTube at some point. Other than that, Wednesday was planning on finishing Last of Us Part 2 with Beth, and we didn't. Because every time you think you're done, you're fucking not.
It's a long game.
It's a long game. You told me that right off the bat, and then it became longer than I thought it was. I was like, okay, this is fucking long. And then it got even longer than that. So it's just like, it's the game that never ends, and it's fun. It's not like super repetitive all the time. It's fun. There's always something new that comes up, which is pretty cool. I'm getting mad at the game mostly because it toys with my emotions. I liked Abby at the start, and then I didn't, and now I'm starting to like her again, and I'm like, God damn it! I could have finished this game not liking Abby, and this game turned it around on me. And it's really funny because I keep forgetting it's Laura Bailey's voice because it sounds so different from like Helena and shit that I'm used to. So it's just really funny. It's when she screams or something or swears and I'm like, oh, yep, there it is. That's her.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're like, I keep forgetting who the fuck is voicing her. But without getting into spoilers, the part with the height, I had no idea what was going on where you're climbing. You know the part that I mean with Lev?
Yeah. What about it?
It was just like I had no idea what was going on. It was just like climbing, and I'm like, okay, well, I've done this in several games, so whatever. Like, I played a lot of Horizon, where you have to climb to the fucking mountain and then climb that mountain.
Oh, you're just like, why is she acting like this? It's fine, it's
like,
normal.
She's taking a shit, and then Beth is like, bro, she's fucking yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes so much more sense. So I have to go back and replay it once I'm done. Hopefully, it's taking me longer to beat this game than it did RE3. Just saying a lot.
80 hours.
And as mentioned, my copy of Ghost of Tsushima Sushi came in the day after we recorded the podcast, so I installed it and I started playing it I think on Monday because I was like, well, I'm gonna start right from the start of the day. And it's exactly what I thought. I had gone in expecting it to be like a male character version of like Horizon. Like, it's an open world, but you still have your missions and your side missions and like exactly the type of game that Horizon Zero Dawn is. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really liking it. The characters are likable. The fucking graphics are amazing.
That game is really, really pretty.
It's so
It's so
and it gives you
colorful.
so many different things to do, and it's cool because there's like a feature in the game that allows you to change stuff, and it's just like, I'm not gonna go into detail, but it's really cool that I've done it like 5 times without realizing what it did. And as I shown you, there's like the bow feature, which I was like, what the fuck is the point of this? You can make him bow whenever you want. And I'm like, okay, there's got to be like a trophy of like bowing to a specific amount of people or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, enjoy it while you can before they take it out for being racist.
Yeah, bowing is it's implied that you're. Well, actually, the first thing I thought was disenchantment, where like they slow down the guys by bowing because they think it's rude to not bow back when somebody bowing to people, and they don't bow back, and I'm like, wow, you guys are rude. I'm out of here.
How dare
frogs. If you bow, there will be frogs. But no, it's a really fun game. It has a lot of Horizon elements. It has a little bit of like Zelda elements, I find, when you're riding around the horse.
Mm.
And it's got like it's exactly that. It's an open world game with like main quests, side quests, a castle called Canada. It's not written not the same, but spelled differently and pronounced Canada. So I'm like, oh great, I'm going to Canada. Everybody's gonna be so nice to me there. I've died a lot, exactly to what you and Dante warned me about, the whole like reflex reaction time thing, which I'm getting good at, but apparently not against bears. So
Wow.
Cliffs. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad you like it though. Yeah. I was afraid it was going to be Control 2.0.
No, Control was a problem of color
I know,
vision.
but still, just like a game that you were excited to play and then it didn't work out, kind of a situation.
Well, with this one, I'm getting like the same style as Greedfall, I guess, because you were telling me it's an open world. You've got all the quests, but it's got like you have to time your dodges, and you can take maybe 3 hits in battle and then you die. So it's really, really big on dodging and timing. Yeah, which is Greedfall has that too, and I didn't realize it until I was like, hey, maybe that's why I die a lot in Greedfall. Because I'm not timing my dodges. I'm like,
Grenfell Tower.
Yeah, it's a very when a game kills you in like 3 shots, you have to play it very differently than you play your typical game, which is why I was concerned that you weren't going to like it, because it's very different from the kind of games that you normally play. Normally, you can actually get hit
face first and be fucking stupid.
Yeah, exactly. You can get your ass kicked and still progress.
Getting it, I can see you, I think, liking it. So
yeah, I think I'll get it at some point, but for me, like, my backlog is so fucking stupid at this point that I'm just like, the only time I'm gonna buy something, like as soon as it comes out, is if it's either a collector's edition that I want to get before it sells out, or if I know for sure, or at least I have very serious intentions of playing it immediately. And with that one, I know that like I'm gonna get it, and it's just gonna sit there. So there's no point dropping $60 just to play it when it's fucking selling for 20.
Yeah, it's definitely a long game too. So until you're ready to play it, well, that's what I was saying last week. It's they say it's about 20 hours of gameplay if you're doing just the main campaign.
Wow, and yeah, that's pretty long.
To do the tales, like the side quests, because or like finding collectibles, because how you find them, they're not going to show up on the map. Like your controller kind of pulses, and the pulsing gets more like it pulses faster when you're closer to it. So you have to find it, but it's not going to be shiny, and it's not going to be so like sometimes when your controller starts to pulse and you're like, fuck, but I'm following my trail to the fucking quest. And you're like, God, now I have to find this thing. And I stopped to take screenshots of the view because it's in Japan, so it's like super fucking pretty. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I recommend. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
So it's in Japan, but you're going to Canada.
You're going to Canada.
Oh. Is the princess there?
Probably.
Princess Shaun?
No.
Princess. No.
Princess No?
Princess No. Princess Snow. I'm
No.
not gonna say that bit. Oh, on that subject, I've been watching a lot of Once Upon a Time. I don't know why. I think I was working on the podcast and I wanted to play something that I'd watched like once or twice already. So I just put on once and I just kept watching it. And now I think it's
couldn't
season
let
3.
it go.
I'm not yet. I'm about to get to the Neverland part, so I'm gonna
Ugh.
skip that because Peter Pan.
Just pretend it never happened.
So I think once I finish this season and I get over like the whole Neil thing, then I'm probably just gonna like go straight to the Frozen bit and then wait for you.
Yay.
Yeah. I'll help you get through that.
Thank you.
Yeah. That way you can watch it and we're gonna go into the unknown
Yeah, wow.
songs. I've also restarted watching Winona Earp because the new season is coming out on the 27th, so I think this Monday or Tuesday or something like that. It's a really funny show and I really fucking love it, and I've already watched it like twice.
You would never do such a thing.
It's just really funny. I don't know if you've watched it, but it's really funny. The actress is so good, and they're just it's like our type of humor. But the thing is, I watched a recap of the first 3 seasons because it was on YouTube, and I was like, well, I don't remember anything. So I watched that, and I realized that I don't think I've watched all of season 3 because there's shit there that I was like, what? I don't remember this happening. What? So I'm rewatching all of it before I get to season 4. Yeah, so that's a good show. Go watch it. It's funny. And my classic Disney movie of the week was Lady and the Tramp. Yeah. I watched the original and the live action one because I was curious. Live action meaning CG.
Wait for the gay,
Was that
live action remake of that, so the Tramp and the Tramp.
Was that wow? Was that a new one? Like, did they recently make that? Like, what is it part of their whole like new live action CG fucking whatever agenda, whatever you want to call it?
King and
it came out after Lion King.
Like it did like Lion King, Dumbo, and Lady and the Tramp all around the same time. I think. Okay.
How was that? I didn't even know they did it.
Like I watched one the original right before because never seen it in English.
God damn.
I'm slowly rebuilding my childhood. And then I watched the CG. Well, I say CG. So sometimes you're like, is that a real dog or is it not? Like, it's real people, but the dogs obviously don't talk, so they have to use CG. And it's
what?
Like, since when?
I don't know. It's fairly new. But it was a little bit like the Jungle Book. Like, sometimes you're like, holy fuck, are those actual animals? And then they're not. So it's confusing, but it was really good. It was okay. They changed the story a little bit. They changed.
It was really good. It was okay.
No, but I mean, like, and it was an okay adaptation. Like, it was kind of true. They kept the names the same. They changed the fucking Siamese cat song.
Of course they did.
They're not even cats. I guess they would do the whole like because that was super racist.
We are non-racist, kitty kitties.
So instead, it was like these two, like they were kind of like gangster, like I don't know. They just
face bitch.
Like here, and they're just being like assholes, and they're singing, and they're 2 boy cats, I think. But they're still like wrecking shit and being assholes. But they changed a lot of stuff in the movie. But it was enjoyable. There was stuff that made me laugh. They gave Lady a lot more attitude. Yeah.
Well, in 2020, every female has to have an attitude. It's I think it's a law.
It's PMS.
Wow. It's funny. It made me think of in Boy Meets World. There was a scene where somebody mentioned like that girl could or how did it go? It was something like she could turn into she can go get a sex change and turn into a man and come back and kick my ass or something like that. And I'm just like, whoa, that's not something that would happen today. Those aren't words we would use today.
It's funny that you would mention that show because when I was watching, I'm still at like season 1, but it's when he has to work with Topanga the first time, and she says something really fucking weird, and he's like, "You're one of those girls who's not going to shave her legs, aren't you?" And I'm like, holy shit. Wow. An 11-year-old kid or whatever wouldn't fucking say that. Like, that's not something they think about. So it was just.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with like the whole sex change thing or whatever. But yeah, for me, it's just like even if it is insensitive, like I still
funny.
feel like, yeah, it's still funny. It's not what I was going to say. It's true, but yeah. But no, it's just like, I feel it's still important to keep that in there because like erasing history doesn't do anybody any favors. You know, like if you don't remember the past, you're doomed to repeat it or whatever the fuck. So like you know, we need to be able to acknowledge that and, you know, have a point of reference for, you know, where we should be better, you know. So if it is something that was really gross or inappropriate or whatever, you know, if we've gotten better from that point on, you know, that's good. It's a yeah, you know, it's a gauge, you know. It if we erase all that stuff, all that bad shit that we did before, how do we know that we're even being better? You know what I mean? There's nothing to compare it to. It's fucking stupid. I don't understand that mentality that we got to ban and remove all this shit because it's inappropriate. It's like, it was a different time, you know? We need to know about that shit. And especially for younger people, like when they go to school, they should still learn about this shit. They should still know how far we've come and what happened in the past compared to today. That shit is important.
There's some people who like refuse to allow schools to read To Kill a Mockingbird because they use the N-word. And I'm like, but that's how things were back then. And those are reasons why they should read it, is to understand that it's not okay now.
Mm-hmm.
Like slavery is done, and treating people like shit because they're different is bad. And the kid in the story learns this. So like, this is why the kids should be reading that.
Yep.
Like that. Well, I was going to say, like, we're not just going to erase part of our history and pretend it never happened. We're not Germany.
But that's what we're trying to do.
We are, yeah. We're trying to fucking put a band-aid on everything, but
yeah, and we're Disney trying to do that like instantaneously now. Like, not only are we trying to remove the older shit, but as new things occur too, we're trying to just like immediately get rid of it and pretend like it didn't happen. Where like, if somebody does something fucked up, it should be acknowledged and talked about and addressed, not forgotten immediately. Like, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Thinking of that fucking line from Aladdin where you're speechless, a fine quality in a wife.
Oh my god.
But Jafar is a fucking asshole, and that region
of the world context
was...
is important too.
Anyway, that was my week.
And also, it's funny, going back to Last of Us just real quick. You know, so many people, us included, are saying, oh god, it's so long, it's way too long, it never ends, blah blah blah. But like, one of the biggest complaints about that game is like there isn't enough. It feels like there's holes in the story where there needed to be more context. They needed to explain more. They needed to give you more reason to care about the characters. It's like all the complaints are more. But do you think if they really put in all that additional story and gameplay and drew that out even further, that people would really be satisfied with that? Fuck no. It's already too long. So if they really tried to do that and gave you what you're fucking asking for, you guys would just fucking shit on it more. So it's like, they can't win. It's fucked up. Anyways.
Wins.
Yeah. I feel bad for Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
They'll bounce back.
Or they'll be erased.
We'll be like, oh, you should make another game. And he'll be like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Or their next game's gonna be like an hour long and have no story.
It'll just be like a movie that you can interact with if you want.
All you do is press X.
Yeah, press X. You have to like make the character jump, and if you don't, they die, and then it explodes, and you
It's
can't
like
play it anymore.
It's like one of those shitty cell phone games, like what are they called? Runners or whatever, where like the character just runs automatically, and all you do is tap to jump or whatever the fuck.
Last of Us Go.
Yeah.
If you get killed, you're dead because an actual clicker is going to show up and eat your face.
No, you just have to pay $1 to get another try. Yeah.
24 hours.
Because that's what video games are now.
You have to wait 24 hours to get coins to revive yourself. Otherwise, you have to pay.
Yeah, you slowly accumulate parts, and somehow you use the parts to revive yourself. Anyway.
Frustrating world. And you know what makes it more frustrating?
What?
Some news.
Go Go get the noose. Are we even allowed to say noose at this point? I don't think we are.
It's not okay.
We're gonna get demonetized for saying noose.
News or noose?
Noose.
Like what you hang people with?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if you hang people without discrimination, it's fine.
Wow.
Okay sense, because then it's racist.
Wow.
Time for some news. Yeah. So, I have 4 articles, and they should fly pretty well. I mean, some of them are good, some of them are bad.
Some of them are not okay.
Some of them are racist, you know.
The typical week.
Yeah, that's just the average. So the first one I have is State of Decay 3 was announced with a teaser trailer, which I guess is good if you're a fan of State of Decay. I don't know if you guys played this game.
I played a little bit of the first one. I never got around to the second one. The second one came out, like, it's an exclusive, one of the rare instances of getting an exclusive on an Xbox platform. But when the second one came out, that was kind of around the time that I was moving over to PlayStation, so I never got around to it. And then since then I've very rarely touched my Xbox at all. So I'll get to it at some point, because the first one seemed like it was a good game, and the second one looked better. So, and I like open world, like, zombie survival games, so I'm sure I'll like it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'm glad to see they're doing another one.
Yeah, they're doing another one. What about you, Alec? Have you played this or heard of it?
Nope, I have heard of it, but
Not your cup of tea.
I think it was just like where I've had so many zombie things, is just like, yeah.
Yeah, I had the same issue, and I tried it just to give it a shot because I don't remember. I think I was given it for free or something on Steam.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's on Steam too.
They make you like the character. Like, I really liked the character, and then when I died, like, she died. So it made me take another character. Like, that's it. She's dead. I'm like, well, I don't want to like these guys, so I lost interest pretty quickly. But
wow, I like when they do that though, because it gives you a reason to be careful. You know, like, if you can lose your character forever, it influences how you're going to play. You know, you're going to be more careful. You're going to, you know, use your supplies better and try to be stealthy and try to be smart about what you're doing. But, like, when there's no ramifications to dying, you can just, you know, run and gun and die and restart and try it again. You know what I mean? I like that idea, because it's not really done very often. So when they do try to do something like that, I appreciate them trying to do something different and interesting.
I just imagine getting really, really far in the game and then dying. And
oh yeah, well, you know me, I'll fucking quit.
Yeah, I would.
But I can still, like, I still appreciate the idea of that, even though it drives me fucking insane and will make me rage quit every time. I still like it until I die.
But yeah, this one, so there's no release date that was shown on the trailer. It just shows somebody in the woods during winter following a trail of blood. They got a crossbow, so obviously they're hunting, and they come across seems to be like an infected animal. So I can't remember if the first one had that, like infected deer or infected whatever. I don't know anything about the second game. So it doesn't clarify that if it's going to be different from the first two, if it's just going to be the same thing. But that was just a little mention. Like, it's a really short, I don't have much of anything on it, but it was shown. People are excited, I guess. It said people were excited, but there's not much to get excited about other than just the announce of it. So it's kind of like there's more to look forward to. And as I like to say, we'll have more on this when we have more on this. Need a t-shirt. But like, the State of Decay 2 was released in 2018, and like almost as soon as it came out, there was already rumors of a sequel for it circulating. So I feel like this is a trilogy, or probably more, that they had in mind already. So it's pretty cool that, you know, this is something that they've been working on since 2018. But they're like, we're already going to start for the next one. So maybe there's a continuing of a story at some point of something. Like, it's probably just not random people in the woods camping and then suddenly zombies, which is what most games tend to be. Like, you just start in the woods with zombies and guns. Yay.
That's the forest.
But yeah, that's that game. So I'll keep an eye out, because I'm curious to see if it's going to be the exact same thing or if it shows to be a different kind of game. It's probably still going to be an open world, but we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. I hope it's good. Give me a reason to
Okay.
go back to my Xbox one day.
All
Oh,
right.
in fact, actually, no. Was that a next gen? Was that a fucking Xbox?
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. There was no details really released. It showed this, and then it said State of Decay 3.
Okay.
Probably a next gen thing, and
Yeah.
maybe PC. Who knows? Because Microsoft seems to do that.
Yeah, most of their exclusive stuff comes out on PC as well,
Yeah,
which is dumb because, like, why get an Xbox?
exactly. So there's my second item is kind of good news for PlayStation users. Apparently, PlayStation is giving away free money to PS Plus members. So
I like money.
there's I like money. There's been reports all around the world that Sony's just been giving out $10 or equivalent of PlayStation Store credit to PS Plus members. We're not sure what the requirements are other than having an active subscription. So if it's not active, you probably don't qualify, even if you've had one and it's just on pause or whatever, because that's everybody. And along with the gift, they send you a message there's a message from Sony stating that the credit is a gift to celebrate the 10 years of PS Plus. So like we said when I think I brought up that they were bringing in 3 games instead of 2 for this month. So
Well, one of them was basketball, so it didn't count.
and Tomb Raider, so like everybody has this at this point, but they're like, thanks for paying to play with your friends for 10 years. So here's $10. It doesn't even cover a month. Yes.
Yeah, you think they'd give you a free month or something.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, except most people who are on like just a yearly subscription, that would kind of suck because they just, I don't know. But it's still cool. I don't think it's everybody who gets it. There's not really sure how you're eligible, but if you will get the message if you're eligible, you can find it in the notifications of the PS4. And it kind of coincides with the summer sale that they just released recently, which is kind of cool because there are games that are under $20 that you can get. I looked at a couple of them, but after getting Ghost of Tsushima, I didn't really want to spend money on another game because they go on sale often. So I'm like, I'll just buy a game when I want to play a game. Right now I have too many. Like you, I have a backlog and
Yeah.
But so keep an eye out. If you're a PS Plus user, keep an eye out because you might be eligible. They might just randomly send you money. If you randomly get credit in your account, don't freak out. Check your notifications. It might be Sony. It's not somebody who hacked you and gave you money because I don't think a lot of people do that.
Yeah, how come nobody hacks and gives money? They always take it.
Where's the Nigeria? Here's a £10 free PSN thing.
Where's the reverse Robin Hood that gives them? Wait, that's not how that works.
He steals from the rich and gives back to the rich.
He steals from the poor and gives to the rich.
It's your bathroom.
What? What?
Just squatting, but then he like leaves you a gift to say thanks. Yeah. So look out for that. I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about this next one.
I hate it. I don't know what it is, but I hate it.
Last week I talked about how Xbox was gonna have their whatever the fuck you call it, their video stream with news or whatever.
Yeah,
State of Xbox.
Yeah.
Their E3 supplement or whatever the fuck.
That one. E3 supplement. Sorry, it just sounds like a pill to make up for E3.
That's what it is. Swallow
we were
it.
talking about games, so they released a trailer for Halo Infinite,
Gross.
which apparently is getting mixed reactions from fans. So the initial gameplay trailer is out. They were expecting high graphics because it's for Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Stupid name.
I fucking was complaining about this from day one because it's what I do. But when they had that short reveal that may or may not have been CG, and we talked about it on the podcast. I'm like, okay, well, it looks all right. Like, even if this is gameplay or in-game engine, it's still not great. Like, it looked like a pretty high-end current gen game, which is fine. But when this is like your monumental launch title for next gen, this is very disappointing. And then when they show gameplay, guess what? It's disappointing. Shocker. Like, what the fuck? What were people expecting when the announcement trailer was already disappointing? Like when they showed confirmed gameplay, what were they expecting? Like
Bloody
whether
hell.
that was in game or CG, it wasn't going to look better than that. So why is this even a surprise? I don't understand. It's fine. You can continue.
That's why there's mixed reactions, because it's being developed for both the Xbox Series X and the other one. The
Yeah,
Xbox.
and that's how
Halo
most of
series-
their games are going to be.
Yeah, and the Halo series is known for pushing boundaries of the system that they're played on. If we look at in comparison when they did the anniversary release, it was just for 360, and I mean I go back on my 360 and I'm kind of like, wow, these games look like shit.
Wow.
Like if you flip back and forth, you're like, oh yeah, it's really evolved, it's really good. But then when they've been compared to the recent title releases for the PS4, like obviously it's gonna fall to Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, the graphics are really, really bad. I'm not very techie. Like I don't know much about the techies, but there's some numbers that compare the systems, and apparently the Xbox Series X sports 12 teraflops, which I have no idea what that is, and the PS5 is 10.28. So automatically or right from the get-go, the Xbox is supposed to look prettier, but this is to the PS5. And then the games that are being played on the PS4 look nicer than a game that, like you said, was supposed to be their big console launch game. And people are just like, they watch the trailer and they're going like, is this how it's going to look? What the fuck are you doing?
But it's going to load fast. Give me $500.
Yeah, give me $500, it'll load faster. So there's a couple things. I mean, the trailer was revealed in the stream, so there's a chance that the stream latency had to do with that, or the fact that it still has months to develop. So it might get better.
It's not going to look better.
It still has months in development. It could be due to the developer abilities, artistic choices, but I'm confused now. Wait a minute. Yeah, surprise! I got.
Oops.
Never happens. I planned it.
It's all going according to plan.
In my notes, get confused here. Pause. And continue. Twitter by
Confuse that like me, yeah?
exactly. Twitter. User by the name of Diego Juan or Juan. I'm not.
Wow.
Posted a video showing a side-by-side comparison of the Halo Infinite trailer and Last of Us 2. And you can already see that in Halo, some of the grass textures on the Terran, the sky, they look more bland. So it's kind of like it's been more smooth rather than crisp. Like not crisp, but you have like a blade of grass and it kind of just looks crap. And then you have the grass in Last of Us 2, where like even when you're hiding in the tall grass, it's moving around in the wind, but on random patterns. Like it's really, really attention to detail that's making it seem like Xbox is just not actually going to be a nicer quality, which is upsetting the fans. Yeah,
I'm telling you, this is why they're not showing that much next gen gameplay until they have to, until right up until the console release, because it's all gonna look like this. It's all gonna be like, it's gonna look either current gen or worse, and they don't want you to know that, because they want you to buy their system. So they're trying to not show you as they're trying to show you as little as they possibly can to get away with it.
And they want you to know by the time it's too late, because they're hoping that people are going to be more into, oh sweet, another Halo, but it's also like the reboot of, as they say, as developers are looking to make Halo Infinite, as a quote, the start of our platform of the future. So people are going to be like, oh sweet, new Xbox, new Halo playing, and they're not going to click in. But then since PS4 has released these two big titles with the really, really amazing graphics, people are now comparing it, where I don't know, I kind of feel like if they had waited and they just like released it at their launch, they probably would have been even more shit. It just did a bigger grave, because then you're like, Sony beat you to it.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, the Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima have graphics that run at a stable 30 frames per second, and the Halo is aiming for 60 FPS, so it's supposed to look nicer. And they're saying, oh, maybe there's going to be like DLC or updates to the game to make it look nicer, because it's a fucking strong multiplayer platform. So you never know. It's probably going to look even shittier. but it might look nicer with, endless DLC and endless updates. It's one of those like patchwork games where I don't know if you guys have played. Example that comes to my mind, DC Universe Online, where every single time I actually got around to playing with somebody, I had to wait hours or days for the fucking update for the patchwork.
Yep.
And there's probably more people playing Halo Online than there are people playing that game. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna just. I used to like Halo, and then when I heard this, I was like, wow, they're fucking their fans like right before they even release the goddamn thing.
It's just like, I feel like this isn't even like, this isn't a Microsoft thing, or what is it, 939 Studios, or whoever develops the game. Like, it's not their fault. Like, well, I mean, part of it is, but like this is just like, people don't really know what next gen is yet, and like, this is it. They haven't been clear about what you're getting in next gen. They're just like, performance, it's gonna load faster, blah blah blah, cross gen or whatever. Like, we're multi-platform releases and digital and blah, like all these little performance and like shifts in like how we consume games and stuff like that. Like, it's all little techie kind of things and quality of life improvements that these consoles are doing. It's not going to be an evolution in graphics. But the problem is, every single platform change from the older one to the newer one, since the dawn of time, there has always been a substantial upgrade in graphical quality. And as time goes on, that change, the difference from one system to another, has been slimming down. You're not seeing as big of a jump, but there's always been a jump. And that's always been the push. You want the pretty, shiny, cooler version of your games, and that's kind of the reason why you get a system. But that's not what these are. These are just changing the landscape, like, this is the transition into digital, and it's performance, and it's loading quicker, and these little things. It's not gonna be what people are expecting next gen to be. And they're just being so dodgy. They're just being so dodgy about what these systems are, how much they're going to cost, what they do, what the games look like. And if you compare that to any other console launch, it's never been like that. They've always been, hey, everybody, look at this. Look at these amazing graphics. Look at what we're doing. Look. Pay attention to us. This is why you're going to buy our system. And since we're not seeing that this time, I mean, where we're at right now should have been pretty obvious that this is what we're going to get. Because clearly they're not being completely transparent for a reason, because people are going to be disappointed. People are not going to be getting what they're used to. Yeah, and the fact that they're doing their stream too, and they're not even showing or talking about anything regarding like the hardware and the costs. Like, that is terrible. That's fucked up. They don't seem to be focusing on trying to convince their fans to actually switch over. And the fact that the games are coming out on both consoles at this point, like, if I was an Xbox Halo fan, whatever, and I saw this and I followed all this shit, I'd be like, why would I bother get the new Xbox? Like, if you're going to release it to look like the graphics I'm used to, then why would I spend that much money? So it's kind of, I'm glad I'm getting, butt fucked by Sony instead. Yeah, I feel like what I know. Microsoft is worse off than Sony is. Like, they're both companies are guilty of the same things more or less, but Microsoft just blatantly doesn't give a shit. They've publicly stated that there's going to be no exclusives on the system for I think it was 2 years. So there's literally no reason to buy their next system for at least 2 years, because every game that comes out on Xbox Series X will be restricted in its development to be able to perform on last gen hardware. So you're regardless of how powerful the Series X is, it's never even going to be able to perform to that level all the way, because it's always going to be held back by last gen. And there's no incentive anyways to buy next gen, because everything you can play on PC or last gen anyway. So like, they're literally telling you don't buy the system. Yeah. For 2 years. Which is gonna fuck them. Why the fuck would you do that? On top of all the other things that Sony's guilty of as well, like the graphics and whatnot, and being shady and not talking about the price point and not really talking about the hardware and waiting last minute to show the games. Like, the whole thing's just fucking gross.
Fucking gross, as Diz would say. This place is fucking gross.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. But look out in the holidays.
Yeah. Get
yourself
excited,
a nice Xbox
everybody.
Series X.
If these come out and they're like $600, I'm gonna fucking laugh.
Yeah, it's so stupid. The future looks great. So I'm gonna move on to my next one, because it's kind of like I'm doing Xbox and then going back to PlayStation and then so on and so on. So there's rumors of PlayStation 5's unannounced launch title being a return of a big franchise associated with the PlayStation brand. So it's going to be announced really soon. Really soon. It's supposed to be so it was actually in a video by a YouTuber named Moore's Law is Dead. More like
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know who Moore's Law is, but it's dead. So and they report that Sony will show another PS5 launch title during a new state of play that should air sometime in August. This information comes from a source who confirmed many of the details of the Xbox game showcase before the airing of the event. So it's kind of a report, but the source is apparently a good one. They didn't have no name. They have nothing on them, but apparently it's a good source. And the game is to mark the return of a PlayStation game franchise that used to be big, and apparently Mark Cerny, don't know if I looked up who the fuck that was. Apparently he's working on it himself, and Mark Cerny is a video game producer / programmer / designer who has worked for several big companies such as Crystal Dynamics, Universal Interactive Studio, and Crystal Meth, and is now has a partnership with Sony. So he's helped out on a lot of big titles, but apparently he's working on this one. There's no mention of what it could be. There's a lot of speculations, rumors, guesses. People are saying Jack and Daxter. Others are saying that it has to do with the rumors of the Silent Hill series entry for the PS5, which is, according to the rumors, it's going to be like a remake of the first title, but they're going to make it in a way so that people who don't know anything about Silent Hill can be introduced to the series through this game. Yeah. So like every other remake, it's not going to be, but you know, it'll be great.
We're
but we'll know in August.
This game and make it nothing like the original.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's make Hill 2 again.
I can't even think of like PS5 or PlayStation exclusive titles that they could be doing. People are complaining, saying that it's going to be God of War 5, and others don't want that.
It sounds like it's something that's been like missing, you know, that they're bringing back.
Yeah, which I don't think it would be. I can't see it being Silent Hill, but
no, that doesn't sound right. I feel like it's going to be something like Resistance or
somebody was talking about Killzone or Resistance.
Yeah, Killzone could be one.
But I was following some of the comments, and then I went to other sites to find comments on that, and a lot of people are agreeing with the Jack and Daxter thing, but they don't think Naughty Dog would get into that. So you don't know.
You read comments.
Yeah, I read comments, but not our comments. I get sometimes I want to read the comments to see if people are going to be like, "You're full of shit. Where'd you get your information? This article is fake." And this one just seemed to be people just taking guesses at what it could be, which is kind of cool. When you don't know, it's cool to see what other people think it could be. And then, like, I could imagine if I said, "Oh, it's going to be Jack and Daxter," and then it is, and you're like, "Nice, nailed it! It was a zebra." That's such a good feeling when that happens. Inside joke. But yeah, so the source cited by, that's a little additional thing here, revealed that a new God of War is actually going to be revealed during August State of Play, and the direct sequel of the 2018 PS4 exclusive is apparently releasing in late 2021. So, God of War 5, which in the comments people are really not happy about, because they're like, it's just another hack and slash, fucking stupid, same thing. Like, it hasn't changed, it hasn't done anything.
What? Have they been living under a fucking rock?
No, that's what they're saying this one is. Like, if they're rebooting it, it's just going to be the exact same thing.
Oh, no. There's no way they're rebooting it. Well, yeah, no, there's no fucking chance in hell. It's got to be a sequel. They're not going to go backwards. Like, everybody loved the evolution that they did with the last God of War game for them. Well, at this point, Who fucking knows? Because look at Resident Evil. Oh, hey, let's go back, reinvent it, and make it more survival horror oriented, and have everybody praise us for it, and then go right back to first person again, and throw everything that people love about the game into the garbage. It's fine.
What do we want? A game worth fighting for.
How about DMC Devil May Cry? Everyone loved that.
Yeah, bring DMC back. Give the fans what they want.
Give the fans what they want. So that's kind of all I had for my main news. I did have a couple extra things, but they were more mentions and they're not really important.
Wow.
So I could save them. One of them is garbage, but the other one I can cover really quick is that Madden 21, which is the football game, the NFL game.
Well, if you're talking about Madden, what was the garbage one?
Wow. Listen, the game, I'm not saying the game's going to be good. I like hockey. I don't like all sports. But apparently Madden 21 is not going to include the Washington Redskins name and logo. And this is a
Racist.
choice because the NFL itself, National Football League, has decided to drop the Redskins name and their logo, and they don't yet have a new one. So for this, they are reworking a whole bunch of stuff in the 21 game, which is supposed to come out at August 25th, with next gen versions available at a later date. But they're changing this, and right now they're just leaving it as a generic Washington team until they have an actual name and logo.
That is so fucking dumb.
Yeah, and it's funny because I recently watched Kimmy Schmidt, where there's a character who puts up a huge fight to change the Redskins name, so it made me really laugh because I'm like, oh, Jacqueline got what she wanted.
Wow.
Yeah, go team.
You know, if they had the fucking Kentucky white skins, I couldn't care less. Like, who fucking cares? What, you know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit? Like, who is that offending to the point where we have to?
Well, it all depends on who really brought up an argument. Like I said, I follow hockey, and there's some of the team names. Like, there's the Vancouver Canucks, and their logo is a whale, which
is that offensive?
I guess not really, but because I mean, I don't think it is
offensive to whales.
Offensive to whales, yeah. But then you have like the Chicago Blackhawks, and the logo is an American Native American Indian whatever with like the feathers on the head.
They got to be the Hawks now. They can't be the Blackhawks.
Yeah, so they're just like they can't just be the Hawks, but it's just to me it's like stupid. Whoever fucking picked this logo probably picked it for a completely different reason as to what you think. But the fact that the NFL itself is changing that's cool. You want to move on with the times and you want to make everybody happy. Okay. But now this video game is removing it from their game, changing everything a couple of months. Actually, no, we're in July. 1 month before literally 1 month. Today's the 25th. Before you release your game. And now you're just leaving it blank. So it's just like, hey, let's redo all of these character models. And instead of having their jersey, we're going to have just a white t-shirt. That's it. So I just thought that I started reading this thinking, oh, that's cool. And then the more I read into it, the more I was like, but why though? Like, if you guys want to fucking tackle each other to the ground and throw balls in each other's face, guess what? You can do it with whatever logo on your shirt. I don't understand why it makes a difference. So, yeah, I wanted to mention that.
It's fucking dumb.
Dumb.
What's the dumb one?
Well, they're both dumb. That's why they were extras. It's don't expect to see a black PlayStation 5 controller
because it's racist.
Our favorite Jeff Keighley, the one that I mispronounced. So Sony will talk more about colors at some point. Jeff Keighley was given the first public hands-on experience with the controller in the games, and he shared his impressions, saying like, "Okay, yeah, it's cool, but apparently don't expect to see a black controller." I'm not sure why. There was nothing with race. I don't know why. Like, honestly, I never found a reason. It was just a whole bunch of like, oh, well, expect this, and we're trying to make it look
white
really
is a
cool.
new black.
I thought orange was the new black.
No, white is.
Sorry, I'm colorblind. I don't know. But since Sony has offered a wide variety of colors with their DualShock 4 for this generation, including special edition tie-ins and, you know, all the metallic options linked to whatever the big titles are. We're kind of like, they're not going to abandon this, but apparently, I don't know. I'm guessing that the remotes are going to be white because that's just bland and probably cheaper.
That is so dumb.
It might be that. I mean, making more colors probably costs more, and they already said they were going to make less consoles because getting the parts during the quarantine was hard. It's a hard world being a fucking multi-billion-dollar
right?
company. It's hard.
It's just dumb because white is gonna get all gross and dirty so fast. Those
But that's
controllers are gonna
okay.
look like shit.
Yeah, well, didn't the Xbox 360 first come out with white controllers?
It did.
Yeah, and they look gross.
Yep.
I don't.
Go buy a used white controller for the Xbox and see how fucking clean that thing looks.
Right? When I first even the black ones, like I like that they have different colors, but if it matches the console, that's fine. But even the black controllers, I don't like the plain ones, no matter what color they are. So when I first got my PS4, I went and bought, I called it a condom, but it was like a rubber thing you have to stretch over the controller, and it made it red. And it gave it extra grip. But then I found the teal one, the one I called Rebecca, so because it looks like Rebecca's shoes. So I like the different controllers, and for my Xbox, I have the Tomb Raider one that has like a little bandage on it. I like those.
It's hurt.
Lara, it's hurting. So yeah, that was the other one. I don't have too much detail on it, so that's why I kind of wanted to leave it aside.
Hey, wow.
But since you got to hear about all the racist things that Sony and Xbox and everybody's doing,
We have to know. We have to be aware. We got to be woke. Oh, big words. Big boy words.
I don't want to woke up.
I got.
So that's all. That's all for the news. For real. No more.
Wow. No more.
No more ever.
There's two just mentioned ones real quick. They announced Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne remastered for Switch, which is a big deal. That Nocturne's like a very big, well-known, beloved RPG on the PS2 that has a huge fan base, and it's like one of the best RPGs of all time kind of categories. So the fact that it's getting a remaster is nice, but it's only on the fucking Switch.
Oh, not
fucking
nice.
I mean, I can get it and I can play it and everything, but I'd rather play it on the goddamn PS4 and get trophies like that. Why just put it on the Switch? Stop it.
With the Switch. Stop.
Switch is getting so many good games that are not coming out on anything else, and it's pissing me off because I don't particularly like the Switch. It's fine, but it's not my preferred platform. And then
switched off
a little bit. And then apparently Brie Larson asked Nintendo to cast her as Samus in the Metroid movie, and if they do that, I will riot. And that's all.
Brie Larson.
Captain Marvel.
Why do I know that? Oh, I like that movie.
The movie, sure.
But I don't.
The actress can go burn in hell.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think you should demand a fucking role. That's kind of.
Yeah, that alone is pretty. Well, that speaks to her personality. Like that's the kind of person that she is. She's bitchy and like self-absorbed, and she's just a shitty person. And like, fuck her. Don't give her a role like that. She doesn't fucking deserve it. Anyways, that was news.
So we're gonna. I think we got a couple games.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna give the floor to Alec.
Who?
Mr. Alec, that guy who's been super quiet for the last hour.
Did you fall asleep over there?
I often do with the news, so.
Wow.
He fell aboard.
Anyway.
Okay, it's game time.
There we go. I feel better now. Everyone's awake.
Thank Carlos.
Carlos. Right, okay, so this new game is called Don't Ask Us, and don't ask me for a jingle because I haven't thought of one yet.
Is this where we talk about how people keep asking for episode 13?
Yeah. That's not a game.
Could be.
It's a fun game, but still. No, in this game, you guys are individually going to answer a question asked on Yahoo Answers. You get 1 point for answering. You get 2 points for a funny answer. You get 3 points if your answer is actually close to an actual answer written on Yahoo Answers.
What?
Okay?
So we have to give you a stupid answer.
Well, you can come up with an answer. You can come up with a silly answer. You could actually come up with an answer that has been reported.
Most Yahoo answers are usually stupid answers. So we got better. We got better.
Okay. Yeah. So, question 1. How can I purposely give myself amnesia?
Was that me? Did I ask that?
uh,
Oh,
Take it in turns to answer the question.
get kicked by a mule.
Yes, your answer?
slam your head on the wall real hard.
Buy a next-gen console.
Play hockey.
Please, yeah, fuck. Be
I
jazz.
don't remember what was the question.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to give you guys 2 points for funny answers, so you both got 2
That's
points.
funny.
I was being super serial.
Damn, I'm gonna go hit my head on a wall.
So the written answers are Fight Club yourself.
What?
You saw Midsummer 2.
Wow.
I forgot. It's on PSN.
What?
Amnesia, it's on PSN. I wish
Oh.
I had amnesia to forget stupid things.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were right.
I
These
didn't
are
even-
dumb answers.
I didn't even think of the game.
I didn't
Go
either.
buy it.
Go
Buy
buy
it
it.
at EB Games,
Yeah,
idiot.
duh.
Okay. Question 2. Is downloading digital on the Switch worth it?
No.
No.
Are you fucking dumb? Then yes. Go do it.
Downloading anything on anything is stupid.
How would you like to own half a game?
Well,
Exactly.
okay. Okay. I'm going to give you both 1 point because, some people, aren't going to take no for an answer. So the written answer is get mixture of both, best of both worlds. 2, you can't lose your games unless you forgot your account details.
Bullshit.
I'm sure everyone can go, "Ah!"
Fucking bullshit.
Number 3, your memory will eventually fill up. I don't see what that's got to do with it, but hey. 4, Wii U 3DS shops are still open, but DSi and Wii store is closed.
The fuck does that have to do with anything?
Okay, question 3. Why am I so angry after playing a game?
I suck.
Because,
Because it was The Last of Us Part 2.
yeah. because it was bad.
I'm gonna give Jazz 1 point, and I'm gonna give Shaun 3 points because
Woo!
one of the written answers was like, "You suck and you're a sore loser." Take up missing. The other written answers were, "I broke my PSP in anger," as you do.
Sean.
Yep.
"You have anger issues. You need a therapist."
Sean.
Okay, question 4.
How many questions are there?
I think there's 5, so
You
2
think?
more to go. I think, yeah.
It's your game.
I did it for last week. We didn't have time. So question 4. What's a good substitute for playing video games? Something else to do with your time.
Masturbation.
Give yourself amnesia in the stupidest ways possible.
Drugs.
Yeah,
Hardcore,
drugs.
filthy drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give Jazz 2 points for the drugs answer.
I didn't say drugs. That
what?
was Sean.
I didn't hear Shaun. But
What?
what I heard from Shaun was getting 3 points because
Oh.
the written answer was porn, sex, and masturbating.
damn.
Nailed it.
The other written answer was disc golf, new hobby, just to be a
Fuck
prostitute.
Disc golf. God damn disc golf.
Just to be a prostitute?
Read manga and books, learn and find materials for your career, operate an eBay store, and cleaning.
Cleaning.
You don't need
More
video
fun.
games, little Sally. Just be a prostitute.
Yeah.
You can just go clean your room.
Have
It's more
higher
fun than Last of Us 2.
aspirations.
Okay, final question.
Fucking disc golf.
I am an 18-year-old male and I want to play Animal Crossing since it's my childhood series, but my parents say I'm too old and need to grow up.
That's not a
Kill
question.
yourself. I just
I'm
said that
gonna-
because it would piss off Diz.
I think my answer is just gonna be okay.
Wait, that's it? That's not a question.
Do you know what? That's going to count as a funny answer, so yeah, 2 points for that one. Shaun,
Okay.
what was your one?
What?
Kill yourself.
I stand by that.
Okay. I don't see kill yourself, so here's the written answers. There's lots of them. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Rebel to your parents. Do what you
Killing
want.
yourself does that.
I love Animal Crossing. You're not hurting anyone playing it. Animal Crossing is about taxes. Your parents are idiots. Your parents are wrong. Don't be embarrassed. Rated E for everyone. Play whatever you like. And an old lady on YouTube plays Animal Crossing. Must be Diz. What gives a fuck? I'm 56. Still play it. Your parents are unhappy people. Fuck your parents.
That's pretty good too.
Jesus.
I'm in an IT job because of games. Games weren't a waste of time. I'm 27 and game is amazing. Cosplaying for loans is for children. You're never too old to play. And I meant this as a different answer for a different question.
I was like,
And that was Don't Ask Us. So
So
don't
the
ask us any
question
questions.
was, I'm 18 and playing Animal Crossing, and the answer is E for everyone.
And fuck your parents.
All right.
Jesus.
And that was the game. Yes.
God damn it, Yahoo. Why do you exist?
It's my turn.
For me.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
How do I follow that? Well, I have a new game. It's called the Game of Names.
Name game.
Names. Names. That's the theme song.
Do we have to kill each other and have sex with each other?
No. Game of Names, not gnomes.
E for everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck your parents.
So welcome everybody to my brand new game. You're all gonna hate me. Yeah.
You
The
do
Game
anyway.
of Names. Yeah.
Whoa.
I might as well make you suffer. The game of names, is where you will be given the name of a popular video game character, and you're each given 45 seconds to give me words that describe this character.
Oh, no.
Sounds pretty easy, right? There's
No?
a catch. There's a catch. The description has to be given in a form of anagram. Wah, wah. So, that means you have to take each letter of the character's name and form a descriptive word with it, and each word has to reflect on that character. So, joke answers are acceptable, if I approve of them. So, example, if there was an S in Jill, you could use it to say sandwich. However, there isn't, so fuck you. Yeah? Do you understand?
So we can only use letters that make their name?
Yeah. So, you're given the name. So, like, if Alec, the first letter, you have to use the A to give me a word that describes Alec.
This
It can be a
sounds
joke, it can be
really
ass.
fucking difficult.
Oh, yeah, because it's on the spot. I'm not giving you the names till the very last second.
What?
Yeah. So, the game has one round. Everybody gets one character. If you're able to give me a descriptive word for every letter, using the entire name, within the time limit, which is 45 seconds, you get 50 points. If you get stuck on a letter, you can skip over it and return if you think about it, but keep in mind that you have 45 seconds. At the end of the round, if you've given me a word for more than half the letters, so say Alec, you give me 3 letters, or 2 or 3, like at least 2 because there's 4 letters. I'm confused. Hang on. It doesn't work because you have 4 letters. So as long as you use half or more of the letters in the name and give me actual words for it, then you pass, and each letter gets you 5 points. So each word gets you 5 points. But if you do the whole name, then you get 50. Yeah? Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? If you run out of time, or use any racial slur word, because this is a clean environment. So don't give me no racial slurs, because then your round will be null and you get nothing. Nothing.
And it will be forever removed from history.
Exactly, so will you. Swearing is allowed, of course.
Fuck yeah. Fuck your parents.
And you can only use one word per letter. I'm just covering this in case it comes up later. You can only use one word per letter unless it's 2 words that link together. So if like you had 2 S's in a name and you say sometimes stupid, and the character is actually sometimes stupid, that's fine. But both letters have to be used that are in the name, and they have to follow. So like the second word has to be the next letter. Yeah?
I'm going to do really bad at this.
Probably. Because I started off being really, really nice to you, and then I changed my mind.
Wow.
To make it even, each character that I've picked for you guys, I have formed an anagram with descriptive words for that character. So I had to think about it because I wanted to see, first of all, how fucking hard it would be. I did it in 45 seconds. I missed some letters, but I'm the host, so fuck you. So each character that I give you that I also did, and for each descriptive word that you choose that I have also chosen, you get an extra 5 points. So you get 10 points rather than 5 per the word. If for some fucked up reason you've matched my description exactly with each word being the same, all of the points earned in that round by your opponent goes to you instead of them. So, and you don't always have the same amount of letters. So say Alec gets his whole word, 50 points, and then Shaun gets his word, the exact same thing as me. Those 50 points are Shaun's, and he now has 100 points. Get it? Got it? Get it? That'll never happen because we have to match exactly, and I don't think we think alike. So the game of names is a game of thinking on the spot, but the word games are all about fucking over the other guys, so have fun. And you guys have any questions? This is the first time ever we play this game, so
many.
It can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if you fuck up on the first shot, it'll still be fun because I want to see how good you guys are at thinking on your feet. So if you have paper next to you or your word program or whatever open, that might help you. Again, don't worry. Don't spend 45 seconds on one letter. If you can't think of anything, skip to the next letter. Try to get as many words as you can in the name. Yeah?
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do this. So, Shaun, since you're the creator of the podcast, the CEO of the ward, basically our boss and the best person around, the honor of suffering the first in this game falls on Alec.
Yay!
I was going to give him false hopes. Let me just get my little low timer here. 45 seconds on the clock. The clock starts as soon as you have your character's name. I will tell you the name and say go, and then you have 45 seconds to go. Got it?
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so 45 seconds is on the timer, and your character is Snake. Go.
Sneaky. Naked. Asshole. Killer. Entertaining.
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay. I feel like he was going to
forfeit.
give Snake. All right, so let me see. So you said sneaky, which works because he is sneaky. I said stealthy. That's not the same, so we don't get a point. I said nimble. You said naked. Is he actually naked?
And MGS3 is known as Naked Snake.
Shaun, can you vouch for this?
Yeah.
Okay, I will accept. You said asshole. Is he an asshole?
I mean, he
he's
can
kind of
be, yeah.
Got attitude, but
I don't know that I would call him an asshole. Like, he has moments, but we all have
Depends what
moments.
snake you're on about. You could be on about Naked Snake, could be on about Venom Snake, could be Solid Snake, could be Liquid Snake.
So which snake is it, Jazz?
Yeah.
See, I've only played the first game.
So it's the first one. So it's Solid Snake.
And Liquid. Liquid isn't the first one.
But it's one character. It's supposed to be a character, though, right?
Yeah, it's just Snake, like the playable Snake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
it's
not
Solid
take
Snake.
asshole.
So Naked Snake doesn't count either.
Because he does help the people. Like he does good, and assholes don't do good.
And Naked Snake doesn't qualify either.
I feel you're bending the rules a little bit because you haven't stated which snake it is.
That's true. You know
Until
what? Okay,
now.
this time, because I know Shaun's gonna have a hard time with his too, I will allow this.
Yes.
This time, I will take these answers.
Accept my nudity.
Killer. Yeah, he's a killer. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I worked so fucking hard on the K. And entertaining.
Gotta be the start spoken.
Okay. That's not entertaining. That's
It is.
All right, so Alec, you filled every letter with, I guess, acceptable words.
Yes.
Next time I'll be more specific. So you get your 50 points.
Yay.
Now, you're still at risk of losing them if Shaun answers each letter with the same as I did, which probably won't happen.
Nope.
So for Snake, I
have zero confidence in me doing even halfway decent at this, just so you know.
Well, Alec still had 33 seconds on the clock.
Jesus Christ.
So,
way to make me look like a complete asshole.
that just shows you that if he's able to do this in like 12 seconds, if you actually think about something, you have the time. You have 33 seconds more to answer because he answers so much faster. I still
My
feel
goal
like as soon as
is
I
to get
start talking,
one.
I still, you know what? You have to get half or more of the letters for your round to pass.
Oh boy.
So mine for Snake was stealthy, nimble, because I couldn't think of words. Agent, because he's an agent. I couldn't think of K, so I wrote keen, because he's got keen eyes. And
Not keen to do the
apparently,
mission.
yeah, and apparently I don't know any words that start with E, so I wrote Enigma, because he's fucking weird, and I don't understand him half the time.
Wow.
Snake. So, yeah. All right. So, Mr. Shaun, now that you see how it's done.
Do I?
Sadness.
Oh,
Sadness.
God.
I told you you'd hate me.
I do.
All right. So, are you ready?
No, but let's go.
Okay. The 45 seconds is on the clock, and your character is Ashley. Go.
Asshole. Smelly. Hateable. Fuck. Lost. Fuck.
25 seconds.
Fuck. E words. What?
Remember, you can always skip to the Y if you're not sure on E.
Young.
Okay.
Expendable.
All right. And you had 5 seconds left. So,
I kind of feel like this is describing dual Ashley.
It's
Yes,
the
and
same
it will-
one to me.
I will allow because, like Snake, I didn't specify. But I also said if Jill had an S, you could say sandwich, and that or stupid, and that could be accepted. This is still the sort of like runoff start of the game. Kickstarter, yeah,
Teething problems, yay!
yeah. All right, so for A, you said asshole. I said annoying.
Oh, yeah, that's
Ashley
way better.
is an asshole, so I will take it. For S, you said smelly. I said stupid. She is a smelly bitch because she does go in the dumpster, not just for duel, but she does go in the dumpster. So yeah. Hateable, yes. I said hopeless. Lost, I also said lost. So that's an
Hey.
extra 5 points for you.
Oh.
Oh. So that will take lost. For E, expendable. I mean, if she dies, you have to start over.
So
From
not
your
really
last
expendable.
checkpoint. She's not really expendable because if she dies, that's your whole point is to find her. So you know.
I mean, my Ashley is expendable. But yes, that's fair.
But your Leon is also looking for Ashley.
Yeah, but he really doesn't give a shit. He'd rather not find her, even though it's his mission. It's your call. It's fine.
I can't. I want to say if I give the asshole, if I give the asshole to Alec, I kind of have to give you this one again without specification.
Yeah, because
So I will give it to you for
there-
your Ashley.
there needs to be more clear-cut rules, because it's like if it's a
Oh, yeah.
specific character, like
You just want Sean to win, don't you?
2 or 3
No.
of Alex wouldn't
Admit
apply.
it.
And you also mentioned that, you know, like the example you gave was Jill Sandwich, which extends outside of the like actual character, and it's a reference to, you know, a parody of the character. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are the...
Reaching around for
Here's-
answers a little bit.
Here's how
No,
I'll justify
I'm just trying to like, because when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking of 2 things. I'm thinking of Ashley in general, and my hate for her, and my Ashley, which are all like the same thing.
Here's how I'll justify giving you the point for it is I did say that joke answers are acceptable if I approve of them. And I do also think that Ashley's a piece of shit and I'd rather just let her die and go home. So I will give it to you. You both get your 50 points for the full word because your last answer, young, is true. She is young. And unfortunately for Alec, I also said young. So
Yeah.
that's another +5.
Could I just point out that this game won't work if both characters have, you know, different
Number of
amounts of
letters.
letters.
Yeah.
Not
I was thinking
excessively,
about that.
not certainly, because you get 50 points for the full word. So it doesn't matter. Like I almost gave him Leon, and then it's still 50 points apiece. It's just you have to match my answers, but you don't know what they are.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like if you have a name with more letters, the likelihood of you getting one for every single one to get the bonus are lower, but you might get more correct answers, but the values are less.
Yeah, because like sometimes like H or Y, it's a little harder to find a word for.
Just give Shaun a trophy.
There's no trophy. I'm just adding these points up.
Just give him the trophy.
You don't know what I'm gonna do with the points.
Wow. Yeah,
You're gonna write it down and forget what the points are.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna use them for something else. Yeah. So that was my test drive. Besides, he only had one letter more than you. I thought that was gonna be harder for you, Shaun. I was trying to be mean to you.
I feel I said more points because I got mine done quicker. Yeah.
Wow.
Take points away.
I mean, I guess you could put a bonus in there for like how quickly you do it.
I could. So on the off time of the podcast, I will decide if I want to do this or not. Then I'll get back to you next week.
I mean, it could be fun. Like I like it, but it's I guess it just depends. It can be very hard.
It's yeah. You know what? I almost gave one of you a name with an X in it, and then I decided not to.
I thought you might give me Wesker, and I'm like, oh God, what?
I thought about it.
You would have destroyed if you picked Wesker. I would have been fucked.
The thing is, I'm giving myself the same amount of time to try to get through it to see like how fucking hard it is to get through that name on 45 seconds. And Wesker, I was like at 45 seconds, I still had nothing for the W. So.
Yeah.
So we can't even get to the fucking K.
Wanker.
I mean, he does have a British accent at some point.
I was thinking the only thing I could really think of was weak, which I guess initially could work, like before he gets the virus, because he's a fucking bitch.
There's your it's one word, right? Weakness is lava.
What?
I think that's one word. Weakness is lava. That's one word.
Yeah.
But that's my new game. I'm gonna work on it a little bit. Again, I'll get back to you if I decide to be nice to Alec and give him speed points.
Speed points.
Oh yeah, speed.
The points for today might not add up. We'll see.
They probably don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could just be a test run and doesn't count.
There you go. If the lead in points says that, then it shall it be. It was a test run. Good job.
You whiny bitch. No.
Wow. That was the name of games. Game names. You know what?
Do we have anything else? Oh, yes, we do. Well, I'm not the host.
Well, we do.
Oh yeah, read your thingy.
Oh yeah.
Read your thingy. Send us a dick pic and we'll describe it.
We'll read it. It's like reading your palm.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna do this quite quickly.
This vein means.
It's the
okay, shut up.
Wow.
Shut up. Listen, right.
We're talking about dicks without you being happy.
Yeah,
I am very happy.
You.
Right, shut up. Right. Fuck your parents. Right.
Read your comments.
Big Industries. This is from Dual Halloween episode special, whatever. The comment is
what?
Whatever.
What video is this?
Dual Halloween episode, whatever.
Will you shut the fuck up?
No.
Right. That nostalgic music at the end reminds me of the first episodes of Days of Our Lives. Anyway, nice video. Question 1. How did you come across Restless Days song? Go!
I didn't come across it. It was created. That's all. No. So yeah, when I first made episode 1, I wanted to make it like I wanted to structure it very much like a television show, and I wanted to have a theme song. But at the time, I was a little teeny baby creator, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So I picked a song, just an instrumental that I was going to use for the opening, and then I met Carrotworks, who, we got to talking, and we started to become pretty good friends. And I found out that he made music. He did instrumental stuff on his computer, and I asked him, if he'd be able to make something for me. And I showed him kind of that initial song that I was going to use, and I asked him to kind of come up with something that sounds kind of similar, that like felt like the same kind of a theme as that original piece, and we just kind of had a bunch of back and forths, and he tweaked it, and I gave him feedback, and eventually he made that score, and that's what became the opening. And then from there we made several variations and alternate versions that I've used throughout the years for different instances and scenes of the show. And yeah, it was a process.
Still talk to him?
What?
Do you still talk to Carrot?
No, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. He kind of fell off the planet. God, I don't even know. That's longer than that. Probably like 6 or 7 years ago. It's been a long time. I hope he's okay. I know, like, last time I talked to him, he was kind of going through a lot of struggle, so I'm actually kind of concerned that something might have happened to him. I hope that's not the case, but if you hear this and you're out there, contact me. My email is the same. Let me know that you're alive and well.
At the Ward Pro.
Yeah, tweet at me at the Ward Pro. There you go.
Okay, was there any other songs you might have used instead of Restless Days?
Just that original one. Because, was there another? No. Yeah, when I heard that song, it immediately, like, it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. Like, as far as me just finding a piece of music out there, it was, like, perfect as it was going to get. So I was kind of set on that. And then once I got a composer involved, that was irrelevant. We were making what I wanted and what I needed. So
what I want.
Yeah. So not really. So it was just that initial one, and then from there I got exactly what I needed.
What was the initial one anyway?
It's actually from an anime. What the fuck was it called? Like Rosen Maiden, I think, is what it's called. Rosen Maiden, something like that. And it's just I think it's the opening instrumental. So if you look it up and you listen to that, you'll hear some similarities in there, but it ended up being very, very different. But again, thematically, you can kind of you can hear the resemblance. So it's kind of interesting. If you're curious about that, you can look that up.
Okay. X Epic X Yoshi X Halloween special. XD, I think he likes X's. Ha 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 ha.
No.
Short, muscular, sexy, and sweet.
Why, thank you.
Face.
What about the
question one? Question one: do you prefer longer videos to shorter videos?
Nope.
Okay.
It's funny because originally, again, like I wanted to make a TV show, which for the most part are 30-minute episodes. And I wanted to stick to that. I wanted to be as similar to a TV show as I could. Opening, closing, 30-minute runtime, just to really drive that idea home. So at first, I wanted to make 30-minute videos. But over time, first off, I tried to do that. It didn't work because YouTube at the time only allowed, 5 or 10-minute videos? I think it was 5-minute videos at the time. So I ended up having to cut it up anyway. But from that point on, going forward, like as I'm consuming content myself, I realized that like sitting down for 30 minutes to watch a YouTube video is kind of inconvenient, and it didn't really fit well with my lifestyle, and I didn't really have the time to sit down and enjoy that amount of content consistently. So I felt like it'd be a better idea to shorten it down a little bit, even though eventually I would be able to upload, 30-minute videos. I felt like the sweet spot for consuming content and not, clicking away from it or, stop watching the content would be a shorter video. And I ended up landing at it around like between 12 and 15-minute episodes. So I feel like it's a compromise. Like it's not a short video. It's not a long video. It's somewhere kind of in the middle. It's a good chunk of content without asking too much of the viewer. It's bite size enough, but it's also a good amount of content, I feel. And let me know in the comments if you guys feel the same way. If you prefer to have longer videos, I would like to know that. If your tastes align with mine and you prefer, where I'm at, that's cool. If you like shorter ones, let me know. Because I want
to see comments on Wardcast saying, I want the Wardcast to be longer than what it is.
What? Yeah, I mean, podcasts are different. Podcasts are going to be long. It's a long form medium. But as far as like machinima goes, that kind of content, I prefer it to be a bit shorter. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.
Imagine if you did 1-minute podcast. It's like, hello, welcome to the Warcast. Good.
End it there.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Fucking each episode would be like 200 200 episode, 200 micro episodes.
That'd be so. Hi, welcome to the podcast. This has been episode 96. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe. Patreon.com/thewordproduction.
That's another episode right there.
Yeah.
That's a.
Well, we did
bonus.
say podcast 100 would change, so you never know.
Yeah, it's
I
not
said
gonna
my
happen.
name that we went over the time limit.
Oh shit.
Okay, question 3. Once Duel Season 1 is over, you come up with mini ideas. Would you do more of Duel Season 1 mini skits?
I thought you were legit gonna ask me when is episode 13 coming up.
No!
That's episode 14.
Hey, wow. Yeah, no, I believe I've talked about this a couple of times, that even though season 1 will end and I'm going to do season 2 with a different game, and I'll do what I can to kind of tie those together as well and do nods and stuff like that. So there will be some Resident Evil 4 still around a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And then I will be, like, I have a couple of ideas for things that I want to do, some skits, some, like, I don't want to say much because I don't want to spoil anything, but, like, extra kind of episodes, kind of, like, some of them, like, I still want to do, like, maybe some seasonal things, you know, like the Halloween videos, Christmas videos, maybe some other thematic ones. And then I have a couple ideas for some, like, side episodes that would be full-length episodes that would just be, like, you know, this particular episode takes place between whatever, episodes 2 and 3 kind of a situation. So it won't, season 1 kind of Resident Evil 4 content won't completely disappear. It'll still be around a little bit in some form or another. And then, of course, with whatever happens with the Resident Evil 4 remake, God forbid, you know, I'm going to utilize that in some form as well. So, yeah, there's still more to come.
So with Duel wrapping up, do you think you'll miss making season 1?
Of course. It's my baby. It's so sad. It's bittersweet. You know, it's after all this time, it's kind of nice to hit that point where it's like, oh my god, I finally finished it. Holy shit.
I don't have to play this game anymore. Yay.
Till the remake comes out. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because it's been a part of my life for so long that the idea of that, like, not being around anymore, like that it's actually over, is like, oh, my feels. It's so sad.
Leon's going to college.
he's all grown up.
Okay, my last question then. Would you do a season 3 of Duel?
Yep. I've already got the next 2 seasons already, like,
Jesus.
in mind. Like, season 2 is being worked on. Season 3 is an idea. Like, I know what it's going to be. It's not completely fleshed out, but, like, I know what game it's going to be and where it's going to, like, pieces of the story and kind of where it would start and stuff like that.
Stay tuned for Warcast 1000 and we might know a bit more about it. Well, yeah, that was read your comments. So, read some more comments and post some more shit.
Yeah,
next.
But don't ask for episode 13, please. It's coming. I promise you. Asking for it over and over again isn't going to make it go faster. But I'm doing.
You know who you are.
One day, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
but it's
Dante.
being worked on. It's coming up. Yeah, that's all I can tell you.
Wow.
Don't you wow me?
Wow, I already did.
Oh, wow.
Why are you doing the news thing?
I don't know.
That's his default thing.
It's over.
It's never over.
What you want?
We'll do. I had something planned, but we ran out of time. We'll do that next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Unless I accidentally delete it, which is possible.
Wow. Hey, save right now.
God damn it.
You know he doesn't save things.
I don't know how.
I know we don't use floppy disks, but that little fucking square is a floppy disk, and it means save.
If I can't save it on physical media, I refuse.
If you don't have a floppy disk, use a floppy dick.
Wow.
There you go. Stick your floppy dick in that fucking hard drive and let it rip.
And fuck your parents.
That's how
Rated E
you
for
read
everyone.
the dick. That's how you read a dick.
Yeah.
Wow. Full
Wow.
circle. This has been episode 96. Thank you all for joining. As always, it's been a pleasure. As always.
As always.
It's always been a pleasure, as always. If you like what you hear, other than the word always, and would like to contribute in helping us make more content like this, and so you can hear more, you can always pitch in by sponsoring Shaun.
Am I a child in need?
Yeah. What would you do if there was a word in front of you? Patreon.com/thewordproductions.
To find
Even
out.
a little. I don't know what a penny is, but even a penny helps. And
That's
you can
not
also,
true. You can't. I mean, yes.
We don't make
Can't
sense here.
send
in
a
Canada.
penny.
In many ways, we don't make sense in Canada. You can also help out by simply liking, subscribe, share, eat, drink, or whatever the word.
And
whatever
buy the
your
new
heart desires.
merchandise on
Oh, yeah.
ddasword.com/shop. Whoa.
Yeah, and while you're on there, you can also send a little shout out via the contact us page.
Yeah.
Again, Shaun.
Wow.
Or you can tweet Shaun at @thewordpro. Yeah, that's where he is. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or just want to say hi, feel free to share them there or here on the comment section below. And Alec will pick on you. I mean, he will pick you to read your comment. So, yeah.
Bye.
Bye. As always.
Teleportation!